When it comes to deer nutrition, we depend on a 365-day-a-year system. That's why we rely on Big Tine.
He packed his little backpack and he brought the whole pantry with him, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little noisy tonight, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully he shoots something.
Such a poor opening ever in my life. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not a movie star yet.
We're going to head out to a tree tonight, and we'd like to see a deer this evening. Hopefully everything works out well. Let's go do it.
Pardon me in my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. New York, London to Japan. I'ma show the whole world who I am. Boom.
The Raven Project is brought to you by Big Tine. Attract, develop, grow.
That means what I think it means. We're in trouble.
Case IH. Rethink productivity.
Dear Lord in heaven.
Hawk Optics. Vision accomplished.
What a sham hill.
Deer Grow. Better food plots, bigger deer. Scentlock. The most effective whitetail gear ever made.
Better find myself some camouflage.
So we just rolled into camp. Randy hasn't showed up yet. His flight got delayed. You know, he stayed in St. Louis last night, so he's gonna be here midday. We're gonna go check cameras, see what's going on. You know, we're gonna get all the intel, and we're not gonna let him know any of it. Usually that's how it goes when he checks them. So we're gonna go check them, and we'll figure out where we're gonna hunt from there.
You know, we're rolling back in from Montana into the second bow camp of the year, and we're jacked up because it's literally prime time rut. It's the 27th, 28th of October. Things should be rocking, and we're excited to be back in Missouri at the Raven. We got John Severson in here. We got a couple of our other buddies in here, and it's gonna be a dang time in Missouri.
Oh, new deer. Oh, God. Now, the reason why we got this camera here is because we got a Big Tine plot right here, and we've got a big ridge that a couple shooters have been on. Cody and I were actually in here a couple weeks ago and had an encounter with a deer that we actually call Severson, which is pretty funny. But this is a little transition area, so we got this bog camera on the scrape right here, so we're just gonna see what's kind of moving in and out of here, and we know if one's in the area, then we're gonna have a good chance at it. This is what we talk about every year, about how I come in and I'm gonna kill the biggest deer, and everybody complains about it. If you guys have been with us since episode 1, something that you're gonna see is that I pretty much have done all the work throughout the whole year around this place. I've put in the food plots, hung the stands, I've set the trail cameras, fertilized, taken care of an armyworm problem. I've literally done it all.
Man, you can mess with anything else in the world on this place, but don't mess with my trail cameras. I'm coming in from Montana. The anticipation is through the roof for me to get back and look at these cameras from the week that I've been gone. I roll back in to find out that Dustin and Cody has scoured the entire farm and been on every trail camera on this place, and I've already checked it. I have no clue what's going on anywhere. They don't save any pictures. Looks like you boys left no stones unturned. Tracks everywhere.
We checked all the cameras.
Figured y'all were gonna, I told Cody, I was like, well, looks like we're going to the gar hole.
That's right.
It's just it's an absolute mess.
I could have shot your boy right here yesterday.
Really?
Right there. 30 yards down the road. I could have shot him, seriously.
Really?
Yeah, I could have got another like big, I don't know, mature.
Did you erase all those cards or did you save the pictures?
I erased some of them that didn't have anything on them.
I am 100% OCD about trail cameras, completely over the top. Here I am, I roll right into camp, and instantly it's not, hey, how's it going? How was your trip in Montana? It's, hey, grab those stands and go hang me a stand for me because I got a deer over here I want to shoot. because earlier we checked all the trail cameras and we found one that was consistent. So we just think that we'll go over there and hunt him.
We got a deer coming in the other side of our big ton food plot right here. We checked our bog trail cameras here a couple hours ago, and we found that he's been in here a few days in a row, so we moved in here. We're gonna hang a set midday today.
I got a job in the valley, but today I didn't.
So we're here hanging this set, and we're just trying to be as quiet as we can because we're getting a lot of daylight activity on this plot. And one of the main reasons I feel like we're getting that activity is we come in here this summer and did a big hinge cut. And I mean, it's awesome to see these deer use these hinge cuts. You know, you can put them, you know, you can put the deer where you want them, you know, and then hunt them. I mean, it's so simple to do that a lot of people, you know, overlook it, but it's a great management tool.
You know, honestly, this place is a work in progress, and you learn something every set by setting on it because it's a new property. We're just getting to learn it. So just by being out there and figuring these deer out and watching them from the stands, you learn how you need to change, where you need to get to, and just little minute details of every single hunt. In the same way with this one, we went in there, Dustin had hunted this stand a couple times, and by checking the trail camera, we're learning that the majority of these deer are working and coming in on the south end of this plot. So we needed to get closer, we needed to get within bow range, so it was time to take a set of Millenniums and move in on them. I hang all the stands because I'm a firm believer if you want anything done right, you gotta do it yourself. And I don't want a bunch of cobbled up, jacked up sets on the Raven. I want them done right. So I jump in there. I'm OCD about the stands too, just like I am the trail cameras. But I am a firm believer, if you want it done right, you do it yourself.
Dang, you got another, did you put another jacket on, dude?
I don't have my vest on. First afternoon of camp, heading out. I'm excited. We got in last night, it was raining, it rained all morning. I hope the deer are moving this afternoon, I feel good about it. We've been seeing a lot of deer on trail cam pictures, so hopefully somebody draws blood tonight.
October 29th, and things are finally getting right.
We've had a couple encounters out of the same plot with a big 8 that we call the Kansas 8, so fingers crossed, tonight's the night.
Had the hog dogs.
Yeah.
No horns?
No. We never saw a horn. As soon as they'd come out into the food plot, they were so spooky. The wind was like so strong, like they did not want to be out there.
Man, when you get into the heart of the rut on the Raven, and all of us, we got a big camp here, we're going nonstop, we're hunting mornings, we're hunting evenings, and there's not really many hours in the day that we're not hunting. And it's super nice to be able to have somebody that steps in and helps us cook. And this year, we brought in our friend Tori Loomis, and man, she was awesome to have in camp, helping out around camp, being able to cook some awesome meals for us. And it's super nice to be able to roll in out of the tree, come back to camp and have something prepared for us. She done a heck of a job.
The Raven Project is brought to you by Grizzly Coolers. Adventure guaranteed for a lifetime.
Precisely.
Hooeyman, your land, your legacy.
We're not out of the woods yet, son.
Hunt Stand, hunt like a pro. Baker Implement, trusted equipment of the Raven Project.
It wouldn't be a hunting camp at the Raven if we could go more than 2 days without something completely tearing up. That sucker sounded like a shotgun went off last night when she blew.
Throughout this season, you guys are gonna see a reoccurring thing happening here, and it's gonna be that things are gonna break that my brother happens to be involved in. He thinks that they'll run without oil.
I'm pretty sure we blew out half the bottom of the motor.
He just breaks everything.
You probably could have just bought a new motor.
Who's got time for that?
Hope something happens good tonight. We'll see.
That wind's blowing allergens in here. Oh, she's looking over in this corner. Man, the buck plot is one of the plots on the Raven that we have had the highest of hopes for ever since we put it in. It's just a great looking spot. We went in and done a hinge cut on the outside edge of it this year. And ever since we done that, I had high hopes that a good deer would move in there. We hadn't been getting anything on trail camera. And then bam, all of a sudden, late October, we go in one day, we check a trail camera, and a good 10-pointer, mature 10-pointer is there. We don't know anything about this deer. We've never seen him, never got a trail camera picture, but that's the beauty of this time of year. When you get into that pre-rut, man, a lot of times you'll have a new buck that'll slide in on these doe groups, and it's time right then. I've learned over the years, when one shows up like that and he's 2 or 3 days in there in a row, you need to get in there, because a lot of times you can get in on these deer while they're in that area on that doe group, and you can get them killed. To the right, is that big 10? Ooh, that is a stud, dude. Yeah, for sure, shooter, 5-year-old. Get ready, he's coming over to these does right here. There he comes. Let's see what he does here. He should come across to these does. You know, the buck that we went in there after steps out early afternoon, plenty of daylight, comes across the food plot, looks like he is going to come in perfect and give me a 35, 40-yard shot. And just like big deer do, all of a sudden the sixth sense kicks in, he whirls around and goes to the other end of the plot. And they're shaking my head in disbelief at what just happened. You know, even though that deer kind of got weird and turned around and went to the other end of the plot, we knew 100% we didn't bump this deer, we didn't booger this deer, and I'm pretty confident that his days, they're numbered.